So you put a new spring kit or a new trigger in your Glock, and now you're getting light strikes. And your friends will tell you to use Federal primers, but you've got 50,000 Winchester primers, or you got a great deal on some Wolf or CCI primers and you want to go through those. Easiest thing for you to do to add power back to that strike, back to that impact, is to put your factory striker spring back in, or a 4-pound striker spring instead of a 3 or a 2. We're going to talk about how to do that today. We do have trigger kits in stock from Zev Technologies, Terran Tactical Innovations. We have striker springs from Zev, striker springs from Wolf, all of those things on our website at shootersconnection.com. And you can always retain your factory striker spring and use it to exhaust that supply or to make sure that you get reliable ignition, because there's nothing worse than click instead of bang. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to remove the slide from our Glock. We're going to remove the recoil system, remove the barrel. At that point, we've got the slide with all of the guts in it. We're going to take a 3/16 punch, and we're going to, between the striker and the spring cup, push down on the spring cup, removing some of the spring tension, and remove the end plate from the slide. We're going to pull our striker assembly out. Alright, at this point, you're going to see the spring here compressed, the one we're going to take off, being held in by the 2 spring cups. You can take your slide and use it as a jig so that you don't have to have 3 hands, or you don't have to worry about losing it, and it will simply allow me to pull back with this hand and remove the spring cups with this one. At that point, I'm just going to pull that spring straight off of there. You'll notice that the factory striker spring from this Glock has an almost galvanized like color to it. That's how you can tell the difference between that and your Wolf springs, your Zev springs, any other entity that might sell reduced powered springs. They generally don't have this galvanized color to them. That's a corrosion resistance that Glock puts on there. It's an easy way to identify your most powerful spring, your factory spring. Alright, so you're going to choose your new spring, whether it's this one or some other variant of lighter spring. You're going to put it back on. Simply going to pull it back, take the spring cups in the 2 halves, slide them into the spring, and gently release it. While you have this out, it's a good time to look at the tip of your striker and make sure that it comes to a sharp point, that it's not blunt or bent or broken in any way. Also a good time to take a cotton swab and clean out the channel that your striker spring, and spring cups ride in. Okay, should be able to look in there and see all the way through in the front of the breech face of the gun. See the light through the charge hole. Okay, we're going to put this back in. We're going to take our slide in plate. We're going to put it back like this. We're now going to push down on the striker assembly. And now we're going to push down on the spring and rod that hold the extractor and the drop safety in place, and push that up until it clicks. At this point, you're ready to put your barrel back in the slide, put your recoil system back, put your slide on. And that's how you change the striker spring in a Glock.